Shalom. This is going to be a lesson going into the word covenant. I want to begin giving all the glory and praise to Yahweh Shem Yahushai and double honors to the apostles and elders of GMS, our leadership. Peace, mercy, and grace to the household of faith, the elect, beginning with the 144,000. Shalom. And like I said, man, this lesson we're going to go into the word, the Hebrew word for covenant, and build on that. Lord willing, this be edifying. So this is from Strong's H1284 in the Hebrew, which is Barayath. All right, Barayath is covenant. All right, and the first time this comes in the scriptures is Genesis, the 6th chapter, where Yahweh makes a promise with Noah, our forefather Noah. That covenant of he's gonna flood the earth, but through Noah and his sons and them, he saved them, and he made that covenant or that promise that he wouldn't flood the earth again. And the token of that covenant was the rainbow, right? So we look at this word Barayath. It says covenant, alliance, pledge between men, treaty, alliance, league, constitution, ordinance, agreement, pledge, right? And that's it's a beautiful thing because you keep reading the scriptures. The only people that the covenants were made from it was a particular seed line. It was first it was Noah, then it was reestablished through Shem, Noah's son Shem, which Shem itself means the name. And name, the Hebrew word Shem, goes into reputation, fame, glory. And the glory to the Lord is only going to be through a particular lineage of people, sons of God, which go all the way back through Seth and through Adam, right? Because the scriptures tell you that Adam was the son of God. So that legacy, that reputation, that fame and glory that's due through Yahweh Shem Yahushai, which works through men of a certain lineage, was always preserved down, right? And the covenants were always kind of like reestablished. You read about Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. The Most High appeared to Abraham, then he did what? He called him, to leave his family's house, his father's, and, Terah, them that was in Babylon. He called them forth to go, to the land of Canaan. And he established the covenant with him. Then he appeared to Isaac, established it with him. His son Jacob established it with him. And, then you had that was the Old Testament, Old Covenant. And the Lord reestablished a new covenant, which we are, we I guess you could say we in it, but it's not active yet. We're in a grace period, which is we're kind of like in between it. We're not bound to the standard of the Old Covenant, but when the Most High sent His Son back, that's when we're going to be, Lord willing, we are the elect, we're going to be caught up and, transformed. And then, the laws are going to be written inside of us, which that's going to be the time of the new covenant actually being, okay, now it's on deck, because the new covenant is what? The laws written in the inward parts, right? So let's go ahead and just get that real quick. Hebrews, it's also in Jeremiah, but Hebrews 8. And 8, it says, for if that first covenant had, let's get 6. But now hath he obtained a more excellent ministry, by how much also he is the mediator of a better covenant, which was established upon better promises, which he's talking about Yahushua. So, verse 7 says, for if that first covenant had been faultless, then should no place had been sought for a second. So, the first covenant was good. It's just it couldn't be kept. Everything about it, the laws, it was all good. It's just we couldn't keep it. So there was a need for a better way, which the better way is just us being transformed, because we were the ones that kept messing up, right? So verse 8, for finding fault with them, he saith, behold, the days come, saith the Lord, when I will make a new covenant with the house of Israel and with the house of Judah, not according to the covenant that I made with their fathers in the day when I took them by the hand to lead them out of the land of Egypt, because they continued not in my covenant, and I regarded them not, saith the Lord. For this is the covenant that I will make with the house of Israel after those days, saith the Lord. After what days? The days of Jacob's trouble, the days of the destruction of Babylon the Great, right, and the salvation. I will put my laws into their mind and write them in their hearts, and I will be to them a God, and they shall be to me a people, right? So this takes me to my next point, because when you're dealing with covenants, there's blood involved, because he said he's going to write them into our heart. They're going to be in our mind. They're going to be in our body. They're going to be inwardly, right? And what reminds me of being inward is your blood, right? So yeah, when you go into it, you see here it says, in the sense, it comes from H1262. It says, in the sense of cutting, right? Cutting, a compact because made by passing between pieces of flesh. So in the sense of cutting, right? So that stands out, right? Because what you have going on with Esau and the mark of the beast and the New World Order and all of that, it's pretty much Esau bringing the people into a covenant via the mark, right? He's bringing you into this new system that's going to solidify you as a servant in this system by way of, making a cutting in your flesh and getting the mark placed inside of you. That's why you have the charagma, which is the mark, the karax, which is the instrument to actually put the mark inside of you, right? And just to back up this point, let's get Deuteronomy, because when you're dealing with covenants, you deal with blood, right? Because even in the time of the covenant that was given unto us, there was blood involved. All right, Exodus 24, people affirmed their covenant with God. So when you look at verse 4, and Mashah wrote all the words of the Lord and rose up early in the morning and builded an altar upon the hill, right? An altar is for sacrifice. And 12 pillars according to the 12 tribes of Israel. And he sent young men of the children of Israel, which offered burnt offerings and sacrificed peace offerings of oxen unto the Lord, right? And Moses, Mashah took half of the blood and put it in basins, and half of the blood he sprinkled on the altar. And he took the book of the covenant and read it in the audience of the people. And they said, all that Yahweh have said we will do and be obedient. And Mashah took the blood and sprinkled it on the people and said, behold, the blood of the covenant which the Lord have made with you concerning all these words. So there's blood involved. That's why even with Yahweh, there was blood involved. See, that's why he's the mediator of the new covenant. Through him is how the new covenant, matter of fact, let's look up mediator. Mediator is a person who mediates, especially between parties, right? The party of the nation of Israel and the party of Yahweh. He was the mediator. He's mediating. He's in the middle, from the Latin to go in between. So the new ingredient, which is going to involve blood, which was already covered by the blood of the Lamb, Yahweh Shai, right? And Esau trying to get you to, shed a little blood. So, the survivors of all hell breaking loose, they're going to be the ones who, get the chip and enter into the new world. But that's why, Yahweh Shai is coming back to collect and redeem the elect who his blood covered and justifies them through, faith, and just calling ultimately, because they were already chosen from the beginning, to enter into the new covenant, man, to get the victory over the beast that's written of. So I'm going to read this out because, like I said, that the covenant, the Barayath, involves blood. So this is Deuteronomy 22:13. Suppose a man, and this is the NLT, suppose a man marries a woman, but after sleeping with her, he turns against her and publicly accuses her of shameful conduct, saying, when I married this woman, I discovered she was not a virgin. Then the woman's father and mother must bring the proof of her virginity to the elders as they hold court at the town gate. Okay. Verse 16, her father must say to them, I gave my daughter to this man to be his wife, and now hath he turned against her. He has accused her of shameful conduct, saying, I was discovered that your daughter was not a virgin, but here is the proof of my daughter's virginity. Then they must spread her bed sheet before the elders. That's called a token of the virginity, all right? Because there was supposed to be a covenant between that man and that woman, but that woman was supposed to have been a virgin. Not a whore. She couldn't have had been with a man prior to. So the proof of that was the hymen. He would penetrate her and hit and strike that hymen, and it would cause blood to come out and spill on the sheets. And that would be the tool that you would show to the elders, like, okay, here's proof that she was a virgin. All right, that it wasn't a false covenant. It wasn't a false agreement. It wasn't, you didn't get scammed. Because imagine, I'm going to give you my daughter, she's a virgin, and then when it's time to do, you don't see no blood. So it's like, hold on, y'all lying to me, because that was a big no. Where is that? I got it right here in my study Bible. I'm gonna read this. All right, tokens of the damsel's virginity refer to those means by which a betrothed means engaged woman's family proved her virginity to her husband to be. Failure to produce these tokens, which in this case would be like a bed sheet, could lead to the girl's execution for playing the whore. See, it says adultery was punishable by death for both partners involved as a violation of the sacrosanct nature of the family. This passage clearly explains the various rules that apply to women who consented to adultery and those who were raped. All right, so that's pretty much it, man. I'm gonna keep reading verses 28, 29. Oh, no, that was something else. Okay. Yeah, so that was it, man. So the Hebrew word for covenant is Barayath, which means an agreement. Covenants, usually involve blood. I mean, today, contracts, you agree, hey, I'm a contractor, I clean your house, I gut this, I do this, I build this, and you'll pay me this amount. But, when the Most High, is dealing with covenants, that was blood involved. So, I'm going to give all praise to Yahweh Shem Shai. I pray it was edifying lesson. On to the next one. Shalom.